Welcome, new viewers. We thank your presence as we explore the rich philosophy of Stoic anger along today. This video will explain how the ancient philosophy of Stoicism helps people understand and control their anger by going over 5 core ideas that serve as the foundation of the discipline. Purpose of this video. This movie aims to dissect the wisdom found in Stoicism, especially in relation to the multifaceted feeling of fury. Stoicism delivers insightful knowledge and useful methods that enable people to traverse their emotional terrain with more resilience and wisdom. We hope to give you useful tools for implementing Stoic practices into your daily life and encourage a more deliberate and measured response to anger through our examination of these concepts. So why watch the full video? Irrational fury. You may be asking yourself whether watching the entire movie is necessary at this point. Every idea we cover is essential to developing a solid understanding of Stoic anger. All the elements of a comprehensive plan for managing anger are involved, from acknowledging feelings to developing virtues. You will obtain a nuanced viewpoint, useful insights, and achievable ways to use Stoic ideas in your life, fostering personal development and emotional well-being by watching the entirety of the film. Let us now explore the first set of concepts that Stoic anger is built upon. 1. Recognition of emotions. Stoicism accepts all emotions, including rage, as essential to the human experience. This fundamental understanding emphasizes that feelings should not be repressed, but rather recognized. By owning up to their anger, individuals can be able to look more closely at what produces it as well as its triggers. Extending, this idea encourages people to take on the subtleties of their emotional environment. Once anger is acknowledged, it is possible to begin an introspective process to identify the particular situations, ideas, or opinions that contribute to this feeling. A vital first step in the Stoic discipline of controlling and modifying emotions is gaining self-awareness. 2. Self-awareness. Stoic rage requires a high degree of self-awareness, where people investigate the patterns and tendencies that lead to anger in addition to recognizing their own emotional states. Self-awareness is a lifelong process that motivates people to keep an eye on their attitudes and behaviors in numerous settings. Extending, to be self-aware in Stoic anger, people must consider how they react to outside stimuli. It entails becoming aware of one's own triggers, ingrained memory patterns, and instinctive responses that fuel rage. Stoicism prepares the ground for more deliberate and logical answers by giving people more control over their emotional responses through this increased self-awareness. 3. Reason reaction. Stoicism promotes using reason as an alternative to spontaneous outbursts of rage. This idea emphasizes how crucial it is to have a cool, collected attitude that enables people to look at the big picture and make judgments based on careful thought rather than irrational emotions. Extending, in accordance with Stoic ideas, a reasoned answer is pausing purposefully before responding angrily. This is an important time for people to utilize their common sense and take a more comprehensive look at the situation. Stoic anger encourages people to approach problems with a measured and constructive perspective, leading to more beneficial outcomes by placing an emphasis on reason rather than raw emotion. 4. Acceptance of external factors. A key component of Stoic anger is accepting outside forces that are uncontrollable. Stoicism emphasizes that trying to control things or people that are beyond of your control is pointless and will only cause you to get frustrated and resentful. Rather, people are urged to concentrate on controlling how they react to outside influences. Extending, a deep understanding of one's own control's limitations is necessary for acceptance in Stoic anger. This idea helps people to make the distinction between what is and is not within their area of influence. Accepting outside influences allows people to focus their efforts on developing resilience and adaptation instead of resisting the uncontrolled circumstances that can destabilize their attitude. 5. Mindful pause. Stoic anger encourages the discipline of pausing mindfully before acting out of fury. This deliberate pause for introspection enables people to distance themselves from their initial emotional responses, making room for a more collected and deliberate response to the situation that triggered them. Extending, one strategic weapon in the Stoic toolbox that helps people escape the natural loop of emotional reactions is the attentive pause. People can take advantage of this opportunity for a quick but meaningful moment of introspection. This could entail challenging the veracity of preliminary impressions, taking into account multiple viewpoints, and assessing the possible outcomes of various actions. The attentive pause is consistent with the Stoic philosophy of reasoned action, which enables people to handle difficult situations with greater knowledge and serenity. Of course, let's take a closer look at the final 5 Stoic anger-related principles. 6. Distinguishing between influence and genuine concern. A key idea in Stoicism is the ability to distinguish between factors that fall within one's sphere of influence and true concerns. This idea pushes people to carefully evaluate their concerns and make the distinction between those that are under their control and those that are outside of it. Stoicism embraces this distinction and offers a practical framework for handling anger as people learn to focus their energies where it will have the greatest impact. This approach not only lessens the pointlessness of trying to influence outside circumstances, but it also builds a feeling of empowerment by directing attention on positive acts and solutions. Extending. Differentiation entails a careful analysis of issues and their classification according to controllability. Stoicism helps people come to terms with the fact that they have no control over certain parts of life. People feel like they have more control over their lives when they focus their energies on the things they can control. This principle promotes emotional resilience and a more controlled reaction to difficult situations by acting as a compass for navigating the intricate interplay between internal concerns and the outside world. 7. Empathy and compassion. Stoic anger emphasizes the knowledge that each person has specific struggles by incorporating the virtues of empathy and compassion. In order to face problems compassionately and acknowledge that all people have similar experiences, Stoicism is recommended. People who practice empathy are able to connect with people more effectively and are less likely to become angry about miscommunications. This awareness is expanded by compassion, which creates a sincere care for the welfare of others, encouraging collaboration and creating a more peaceful social atmosphere. Expanding. Putting oneself in another person's shoes and valuing their experiences and feelings is a key component of empathy and Stoic anger. By encouraging a deeper understanding, this sympathetic approach lessens the propensity to respond rashly and angrily. Compassion takes empathy a step further by motivating people to actively care about the well-being of others in addition to understanding them. Stoicism contributes to the general well-being of people and communities by fostering a more compassionate and understanding society through the application of these qualities in interpersonal relationships. Virtue as the greatest good. According to Stoics, virtue is the highest good in the hierarchy of goods. This principle emphasizes the significance of coordinating one's actions with characteristics like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance in the context of Stoic anger. When virtue takes precedence over impulsive emotional responses, people make decisions based on moral principles. This dedication to virtue acts as a compass, molding conduct and encouraging resiliency even in the face of enrage-inducing circumstances. Extending. Within the Stoic perspective, virtue is a manner of life rather than just a collection of precepts. To ensure a continual alignment with ethical standards, Stoicism urges people to live as examples of virtues. The practice of Stoic anger entails deliberately selecting virtue over fleeting emotional impulses. People help themselves develop morally and cultivate virtuous character by adopting choices that are grounded on intelligence, courage, fairness, and temperance. 9. Gratitude practices. According to Stoic philosophy, gratitude is a powerful remedy for anger. Through the cultivation of an appreciation for life's positive qualities, one can refocus attention from perceived injustices to the plethora of gifts. Stoic anger understands that being grateful is a calculated adjustment in viewpoint rather than the rejection of legitimate worries. Gratitude helps people recalibrate their emotional responses, which in turn promotes contentment and lessens the intensity of rage in difficult situations. Extending. In Stoic anger, gratitude exercises entail deliberate, routine introspection on life's blessings. This can entail expressing gratitude for one's own accomplishments, deep connections, or the basic pleasures in life. The intention is to cultivate a perspective that values life's richness and acts as a protective barrier against the destructive impacts of rage. People who practice thankfulness build resilience, which makes it possible for them to face challenges in a more collected and balanced way. 10. Constant improvement. The Stoic dedication to constant personal development is a dynamic, continuing procedure. This idea, when applied to Stoic anger, urges people to regularly reflect on their lives, take lessons from their mistakes, and improve the way they handle their anger. Self-improvement is a path that is consistent with Stoic principles of virtue and wisdom seeking, encouraging an outlook that sees setbacks as chances for development. Extending a proactive and iterative approach to personal development is necessary for continuous advancement in Stoic anger. It calls on people to consider how they have previously handled anger, pinpoint areas where they may improve, and actively look for methods to control their feelings. People make a commitment to Stoicism that goes beyond its theoretical comprehension and into its practical application, attempting to live their lives in accordance with Stoic principles. Adopting this culture of constant improvement helps people develop resilience and give themselves the resources they need to deal with anger in a more controlled and calm manner, which benefits their general well-being.